It is my hope with this lesson, as with all lessons, that you eventually start trying them on your own. Solve. Solve what? This equation that has fractions, rational equation. So why don't we put them over 1 if you want to. But the real idea is let's get rid of those fractions, that fraction, singular, by multiplying by the least common denominator, which would simply be x plus 6. X plus 6. X plus 6. Cancel. Whoa, that's the wrong color to cancel with. There. X plus 6. Okay, let's keep going. This one's going to be fun. You're going to love it. So we're going to have 3x and then x plus 6 minus 7, just 7, equals 2x and then x plus 6. Looks like we have some cleaning up to do. Looks like it's going to be quadratic, which means we'll eventually have to move everything to one side. This way. So 3x squared plus 18x minus 7 equals 2x squared plus 12x. Let's subtract 2x squared. Let's subtract 12x. Cancel, 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 0. When you have a quadratic, make it equal 0. Make your life a whole lot easier. Trust me, I do this for a living. I'm a professional. 1x squared plus 6x minus 7. Also, you can try to factor if possible. So let's try to factor if possible. X. 7 is 7 times 1. Okay, great. And the signs are different because it's negative 7. So positive 7 and negative 1, because 7 minus 1 will give you 6. So that means that, been through this, if I had x plus 7 equal to 0, then x would equal negative 7. Feel free to skip the step if you like. X minus 1 would equal 0. So x would equal positive 1. Stop right there. Do I ever divide by 0? Do I ever have a situation where I have negative 7 plus 7, or 7 minus 7, or 1 minus 1? Okay, my denominator is x plus 6 of 1. Like, I'm not going to run into the risk of dividing by 0 here. Maybe elsewhere, though. So negative 7 plus 6, it's not 0. 1 plus 6, that's not 0. We don't have to throw any answers out. We do have a solution. You have two solutions, and there they are. Okay, let's keep moving. There he is, lurking in the shadows. I see you lurking in them shadows. You're such a shadow lurker. Least common denominator is x plus 4. Yeah, that looks like a 4. Okay, hardcore mathematicians have realized the mistake I just made. I did do it on purpose, I promise. There's another component of our least common denominator. Even though you might say, oh, it has an x in it. Separate factor. I need an x as well. We'll put it at the end just to drive mathematicians crazy. But we're going to cancel out as much as we can. So, there, that 4 that didn't look like a 4, it's gone now. And this x cancels with this x. And we're going to have something else that is, well, quadratic. We're going to have 4x times x. That's 4x squared. Easy to overlook things that are just lurking on the side. See? Like that one. Not the next problem, no. 3x gets multiplied by both of those. We'll go ahead and do that. 3x times x plus 4. 3x times x, x squared. 3x times 4 is 12x. Equals 2x plus 8. I think it's quadratic. Let's move it all to one side. Let's bring it over here. It's going to give me 7x squared. Minus 2x, minus 2x. Going to give me 10x. And then minus 8, and then minus 8. Cancel all those. So, minus 8. Okay, I wonder if this factors. Let's experiment. Let's find out. And before I do, I want to make sure I'm right, because I'm going to feel silly if I'm not. So double checking my work. And I think I'm good. Yeah, and I copied the problem right and everything. All right, we're good. Let's keep trying. 2 things multiply to give me 7. 2 things multiply to give me 8. Making stuff up at this point. No, it's the other way around. Let's go with it. Okay, negative 8, so my signs are different. That's 28x. That's 2x. No matter how you subtract it, you won't get 10. So let's try something else. swap those around. Maybe it's 8 times 1. It's not. 4x, 14x. Ooh, if that one was negative and that one was positive, it would work. That's positive, that's negative. Let's start erasing. There we go. I think we found it. I think we found it. Let's switch back to blue, even though it's already blue. So 7x minus 4 equals 0. So x equals, 7x equals 4. X equals 4 over 7. And then x plus 2 equals 0. So x equals negative 2. Do we ever divide by 0? Let's see. 4/7 goes here. Nah. Negative 2 goes here. No. You never divided by 0. You never had a situation where it was like 4/7 minus 4/7. That never happened. Okay, so we're good. These are both of your answers in 2 separate boxes. And they look like really awkward kind of jaggedy glasses. And so there's the face. There we go. There's this whole face right there. It's just turned sideways. All right, let's do the one more that's lurking over here. See you lurking. Lurky McLurk face. Okay, on your paper, this negative is in front. I put it on the top. Doesn't matter, either way. Our least common denominator is going to be x squared minus x. Now, I have always said, let's factor first. Let's factor first. I don't want to, because x squared minus x is showing up in both places, so I factor it. Because if you do factor it, you're going to have x and x minus 1, and you're going to realize, oh, my least common denominator is x times x minus 1, which is exactly what I just said, which is this. Just use that. Save yourself the time. X squared minus x, x squared minus x, x squared minus x. Cancel. No, not with that color. My goodness. What a tragedy. There we go. All right. Negative 9 times 1 plus 9x squared minus 9x equals 1. Oh my goodness. What are we going to do? We're going to move everything to one side. And that means we're going to have 9x squared minus 9x. We're going to subtract 1 from negative 9. It's going to give me negative 10. And hopefully it'll factor. If it doesn't factor, I might cry. I've already threatened that once. I might actually do it this time. Okay, first of all, I'm going to make sure it factors. And if you're wondering how I know, well, I'm just going to walk away off camera and you won't even know. I'm going to do something that I think is worth saying, and I think this is a good opportunity to, because I'm pretty sure it factors. And maybe some of y'all could just look at it and figure it out. It's probably 3 and 3 and 2 and 5. Three and 2, 5. Yeah, it's going to work. However, it's worth saying. I don't even need the calculator at this point. Remember the quadratic formula? Negative b plus or minus square root of b squared. If you've heard this before, just forgive me. I might even say this in another video somewhere. I just haven't recorded it yet, so these are recorded out of order. If a quadratic factors, then this is a perfect square. It is. So, let's keep writing. Perfect handwriting. No, perfect square. If it factors. This whole thing that I just highlighted right here would be a perfect square if it factors. So what I'm going to do actually is check that. So b squared would be 81 minus 4 times 9 times 10 times negative 10. That's important. 81 plus 360, and that's going to give me 441, which is a perfect square. It's 21 squared. So yeah, we're good. Ignore that. It factors. Let's factor. Jump right back in. 9 is 3x and 3x. 9x squared is 3x and 3x. It could be 9 and 1. Let's just go ahead and talk about the fact that it's not. This will be 15. That's 6. Negative 15 plus 6 is the negative 9 that I wanted. That was easy. Why did I go through all that for? I don't know, but it sure was fun. So we have x equals, I'm skipping some steps, y'all, because we're adults. I would set this equal to 0, I'd subtract 2 and divide by 3. I'd set this equal to 0 and I'd add 5 and divide by 3. And that is what I have. Do I ever divide by 0? No. No, just no, you don't. Okay, actually the only things that would make you divide by 0 in this circumstance would be 1. 1 squared minus 1 is 0. Or 0 itself, 0 squared minus 0. And that would be it. Even negative 1 would not. So negative 2/3 squared minus negative 2/3 sounds complicated because it is, because it's not 0. Same thing with that one. So we have two answers, and there they are.